If I woke up tomorrow with no real estate portfolio, how would I rebuild it? There are 4 things I do in the first 90 days, and some of them might surprise you. First, I'd create active income. Most people expect me to say I would immediately go buy rentals. I would, but not first. If I had to rebuild from scratch, I'd need cash coming in every month while I rebuild my portfolio. I'd probably flip a house or become an agent, maybe some wholesaling, or buy a business-backed real estate asset, like an RV park. But I'd have to be willing to operate that. Not because that's my forever plan, but because I need an income engine. Otherwise, every rental property I buy has to pay my bills instead of helping me buy the next property. Now, if I had a spouse with a decent paying job, we would need our living expenses to be reduced so that single income could solely cover everything. I don't want my portfolio funding my lifestyle. I want my active income funding my portfolio. Second, I'd house hack. Yes, after 15 years, I still do it. A lot of people think house hacking is for beginners. I think it's one of the smartest wealth strategies in America because lowering your biggest monthly expense is just as powerful as increasing your income. If I could cut my house payment in half or eliminate it completely, that's money I don't have to earn before I could invest again. Every dollar I don't spend on housing becomes another dollar I can put towards the next deal. People are obsessed with making more money. I'm just as obsessed with needing less of it. That's what creates freedom. Third, I'd get in the right room. As cliche as this sounds, it's not because I need motivation, because I want to borrow other people's experience. I'll give you an example. When I first started buying long-term rentals, my portfolio had grown to the point where evictions became part of the business. The first few times it happened, I hired my regular real estate attorney. Eviction cost me around $2,500, and I just assumed that's what evictions cost. But that's a big hit to a 1-bedroom apartment or a small duplex. It takes a long time to make up $2,500, plus the lost revenue, the repairs that need to be done, and the time to find a new tenant. Then I was sitting in a room with other experienced investors, and someone looked at me and said, "Heather, why are you using an eviction attorney?" I didn't even know that was a thing. I switched attorneys immediately. My costs dropped from around $3,500 total each time this happened to around $200 per eviction. That one conversation saved me tens of thousands of dollars over the years. And honestly, I could tell you dozens of stories just like that. Little conversations, one recommendation, an introduction, or a suggestion from an investor that completely changed the way I operated my business. That's the value of being in the right room. It doesn't just motivate you, it helps you skip extremely stupid mistakes you didn't even know you were making. And fourth, I'd start buying assets immediately. Not the biggest deal, not the flashiest deal, just the next right deal. Because every property builds confidence. Every property teaches you something. Every property makes the next one easier. That's how portfolios are built. So if I had to rebuild everything tomorrow, I'd buy active income, lower my living expenses, I'd surround myself with people further ahead than I am, and I'd start buying assets as quickly as I reasonably could. So let me ask you, what's one real estate question you wish you had someone to ask before making your next move? Tell me in the comments. I read all of them, and I'll respond and let you know. Follow along for the next episode.